BC TV, BC Television 1. Subscribe now. Now this is kind of bothering me. There's been a lot of speculation upon the internet, forums, groups, small contingents of individuals speaking about who are the most famous criminals that America's ever seen. And it gets kind of crazy, but here's my take on it. It's like, unless you're a complete idiot and don't know what number is greater, 9 or 25, then you would know the richest criminal ever in American history was Armando Carrero Fuentes, with a fortune of over $25 billion. Not to mention, the guy pioneered the use of a fleet of 727 passenger airplanes, which nor, against popular demand, Pablo Escobar, nor any Russian then or now, or Italian or Japanese, etc. boss, no disrespect, has ever done or they could do. That's why Armando is the richest, most intelligent, and most powerful drug lord in history. And that's just fact. That's fact. When you do your research and you start, accumulating your numbers, that's fact. After that, then I would say number 2 would be Pablo Escobar for his fortune and fame and his violent ways of fighting against his nemesis, along with his cartel with others, and turning the Medellin Colombian into the murder capital of the world with a murder rate of about 350 for every 100,000 residents. Now, listen to me. That number 2 of Pablo Escobar, I would definitely say is a tie with Adnan Khashoggi. Some possibly would want to argue whether he was worth more. But when you accumulate mass wealth, you also at times accumulate a lot of violence along with that. And one of the most, if not the most violent individual in our history from a criminal aspect, from a drug lord aspect, would definitely be Pablo Escobar. Now, going into it, as I would resume, now El Guapo Guzman is gaining worldwide fame because he turned Juarez, Mexico into the murder capital of the world last year. And he's currently on pace to claim that title again this year, Some don't realize the more people killed on behalf of a cartel means how powerful it is. For example, if a kingpin has, let's say, 300 people under his order, then he sends them to fight in a city. That city's drug boss has 200 people to his command. The max number of murders in that city would be 500, give or take. And plus non-drug related regular murders, let's say 100, 150. Then it would be 700 altogether. Imagine a city like Juarez, Mexico, which is regular murders are found around from 200 to 400, okay, a year. And last year it has over 2,650 murders. From there you can figure out, it's just basic math, how powerful a drug lord is, when they actually take over. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing. It's not about who's more popular, because hands down it would definitely be Pablo Escobar. I think it was 82 or 83 that Steve Forbes estimated him at, I want to say number 7 or number 9 richest man in the world. But the dumb thing about that is Steve Forbes, they don't even do it anymore. After Pablo Escobar, they stopped accumulating men in that realm with their list, which I think is not cool and it's unfair. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that. Now this is the popular list outside of Pun Research, which we also saw, and I understand, but I definitely disagree, but I can understand. At number 1, the popular list was Adnan Khashoggi. Then they had Armando Carrero. Number 3, of course, Pablo Escobar. Number 4, Guzman. And number 5, Maglovich. That was the popular list of the most famous criminals in American history. But what people have to understand, when you start estimating these things, you, it's kind of hard, okay, because it's human nature. You have to separate popularity. You have to. You know what I mean? You just have to. Because popularity, it's a lot of misconstruedness there when you look into those things, you know. Adnan Khashoggi, for example, in the mid-70s, it was reported an estimated $372 billion. Until, you know, he made someone angry and was sent off to prison. You know, no, I'm not laughing at the prison fact. I'm laughing about, you know, how that situation, the transaction of that. But that's neither here nor there. But, you know, the bottom line, when you do your research, make sure it's not about popularity. You know, that it's not about popularity. I think that's the big misconception. And no, I want to correct that. Pablo Escobar in 1989 was the richest man on the planet Earth at number 7. So the year was 1989, okay? And he was leveled at number 7. That's in Steve Forbes. So, hope you guys, you know, enjoyed this, enjoyed the research, and enjoyed our take on things. And you can't forget, hold on. I don't want to make this a sexist thing. Please do not forget Griselda Blanco, aka Godmother. She was worth $3 billion, and she also introduced into the cocaine trade in the streets violence. That's what, you know, one of her definite skilled traits was. But that woman was worth numbers. She was definitely worth numbers. Okay, this was BC TV, BC Television 1. Please subscribe on YouTube and enjoy. God bless.